Hello, my Sayo Knights. Welcome back to another stream where today I am so happy to announce that we have finally reached affiliate, which actually surprised me. I was actually planning on doing this like till January. Like I thought it would be a while till I reached affiliate. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying this is very unexpected for me. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you everyone watching right now. There are so many things that I get to play with affiliate. You may have seen the ad break that happened literally within like, I think the first 30 seconds of stream. That's why I kind of pushed back the start until like 8:15 just to give you guys that extra. You didn't have to like wait for ads because I don't want you guys to like miss anything really. But I'm just trying to test out some of the features that are an affiliate. So I looked up some YouTube videos to kind of help me, but let me know. I want to know your feedback if at least everything over here looks good, you know? But today we are going to be doing some fun things. We're going to be talking about some stories about, you know, just anime, the channel, seeing where this goes. Potentially, like, I'll delve into some of my YouTube stuff too. And I also combed my hair for this special occasion, and I got this moist shirt on to celebrate us starting Wuthering Waves for the first time on stream. And it's my first time like taking streaming seriously that we're actually going to stream a game. So hopefully everything works out okay. We're also going through the growing pain, so I understand if it doesn't, that's fine too. But I've been cooking on some things behind the scenes too. You guys should see my thumbnail that I have prepared for the next the VOD I'm gonna make from this stream. So it'll be super exciting. So we'll get into Wuthering. I know we had a late start, but I'm gonna say let's do it at 9 o'clock. We'll start Wuthering. Because I know a lot of it is tutorial setup, so it'll be a little bit boring, but that's why you guys are here to keep me company, so we can sort of talk through Wuthering, and we're gonna see what it's like to play a game on stream, you know, with chat up, because I actually have it properly up this time, and I think that's super exciting. Just real quick though, I want to just switch over screens just to make sure that, you know, everything is running smoothly on my end. Okay, you probably could hear that, but that's just me repeating myself right here. I'm just gonna make a quick change and just change the thumbnail. We're gonna change it to something a little bit more appropriate. Let's do this. There we go. And oh god, I forgot how long it takes to like to like update YouTube live stream information, but that's why I think Twitch has a YouTube beat at least right now. So apparently there's also some pretty big news where you know, at least right now, it seems like Twitch is moving in an interesting direction where they have these rules in place. For example, me as a streamer, where you're not technically allowed to have two. I think it's weird. It's like you're not allowed to have two different chat overlays on stream, but they don't enforce it. So it's like, yeah, it's okay. It's like you could just still do it, right? Also, hello, Dadudit. Welcome to the stream. We're testing out some things here. We're still in the test phase, despite, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost to a proper Twitch schedule. The only issue is like I also started late, so this is where I feel a little bit bad to you guys. I was meaning to get this started on time, but OBS had other plans where it decided, hey, you know, your Twitch key, it's just not working anymore. So you got to redo everything and reconnect your whole account. And I'm like, fun. Love that. That's amazing. We totally love that. So that's what ended up happening. But yeah, so today has also been sort of a weird day for me because so the way I have the opinion, okay, I know it is a contentious debate. I cannot talk right now. It has been a contentious debate on whether streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, which a lot of people have been saying, yeah, no, 9 to 5 easily harder than streaming. Well, a lot of streamers, or not a lot of streamers, there's just big streamers, a few big streamers are like, no, streaming is much harder. I am of the opinion, you know what's harder than a 9 to 5 and streaming? Doing a 9 to 5 and streaming after. That is what's crazy. And guess what? Who's doing that right now? I am. So I feel like I have ground to stand on where I'm like, you know what? I feel as a streamer, I have it worse because I also have to work a 9 to 5. And at my 9 to 5, I don't tell them this because I try to keep my fun personal stuff out of the workplace. But in my head, I'm just like, you know, this would be so much easier if I didn't stream, but I want to stream. That's why I do it. And same with my 9 to 5. It's like, I would love to not do my 9 to 5 and just stream, but I need money. I need money so I can exist in this apartment. I need money so I can eat. You know, it's almost like money's important. So hopefully there's a chance. Hopefully one day it'd be pretty dope if streaming ended up paying the bills. I don't think, and this is where I'm humbling myself, I personally don't think I'm there yet. If I get partner by January, then there's a good chance that within the next year from that point on, I could start earning enough income where it'd almost be as much as a part-time job. But I'm not holding my breath, okay? I am not doing any of that here. I want to say humble. I may end up just being a chill, smaller streamer, which that's okay too. But I just got to figure that out as I go along this adventure. You know what I mean? With you guys. So, also, like, please let me know too if any point in the future I end up becoming a horrible person. Because the one thing that I am worried about is as a streamer becoming what you call a nuisance streamer, where despite my best intentions to make content, I go down a route that harms people in the making of said content, you know? Personally, I don't want to do that. I feel like it's a very scummy thing to do. And I want to let you guys know as my community, just please let me know if I go off the deep end, okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, it's okay to cancel Sayorius if Sayorius has done something bad, okay? That's all I'm saying here, okay? I said okay so many times. I'm already canceled. Fuck, it's over. But yeah, I mean, that's what my biggest, at least, worry too with IRL streaming is I record something without someone's permission, right, in the background or something going on. Like, I want to be at least courteous where I try not to get too many people in the background. I know it's gonna be impossible to completely stay free from that, but you know, whatever helps, right? And especially if I'm gonna go to conventions and stuff, I'm definitely gonna make sure if I do any collabs with, like, you know, some cosplayers or like other Congo attendees, right? Be extra sure that they consent to being on and I can plug them, because I also believe in the power of, you know, reciprocating that the contributions, right? Like, if they help me make a video, I'm gonna plug them so that they also get that same amount of growth. You know what I mean? So, which, okay, I will say this, I am planning on going to MegaCon, which is next year. So that's gonna be, I think, in March, way far in advance, but I'm gonna try and get used to IRL streaming by then, because if I can do IRL streaming at MegaCon, so hype. That'd be great, because you're surrounded by like comic book fans, but you also have a couple of anime fans tossed in there. And those are my type of people. I'm sorry, my type of people are the people who are like power scaling who'd win in a fight, One Punch Man or Goku. That's my type of people. My type of people are asking if Giorno was there in part 6, would he be able to stop Poochie, you know? But he wasn't, because he was in Disney World instead of, you know, where Jolene was. That's what happened. That's canon, by the way. Yeah. So, anywho, there's also like something I'm also considering. So I added, if you look right now on my channel, you can add bits now because that's something that I unlocked as affiliate. So you can gift subs now on my channel, just as you guys don't have to. I just want to let you guys know it's there. But also, I do have power-ups and rewards. So I guess what we're going to do really quickly is just go down what like I unlocked. So right now, if you go to my power-ups and rewards, you can follow along with me. So you can add message effects with a certain amount of bits. You can gigantify an emote, of course, and then the on-screen celebration. Those are kind of the generic if you're not used to Twitch, which I'm assuming all of you are. So we do have that. But I do have a lurk option just to let me know if you guys are lurking and you want me to like recognize you and say hi. I do have a posture check, which I think is funny. The posture check is funny because I could be like this mid-game and you guys are like posture check. I'm like, oh. You can highlight a message, hydrate, make me drink. I was going to say make me drink water, but I have a Dr. Pepper here. So please sponsor me, Dr. Pepper. But we also have like a poll. And also I added one more. You could be knighted by Saorius, which I think is pretty darn cool. So if you get there, you get 5,000 and use 5,000 of the channel points. I'll knight you on stream. So that's pretty sick. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool personally. But yeah. Well, again, this is not even, I'm not even trying to like charge you guys. I don't want you guys paying money already for me. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm still a very small streamer. Like, I only got lucky just getting attention, and I am so thankful that you are all here. That's how like lucky I am. Like, this doesn't really happen to anyone. But I also want to like set up so if I do become bigger, I can add all these perks for you guys, you know, to reward my community for helping be there along the way for me. You know what I mean? But I want to do it properly. So just setting the bedrock. Of course, I'm going to work on some fun things going in the future. Like, I already have an idea for what could be like some fun sound effects I can start putting into the interface. But that is something for later. That is something for when, you know, I get better at streaming and I start like actually maintaining a schedule. Like, my number one goal right now is maintain a schedule, you know, somehow be able to talk for 4 hours straight. Like, it's something I have to get used to. I got pretty good. I think it was a couple streams ago. I thought that was my best stream, just talking wise, because I was just on and on and on. And it helped that I had a responsive chat. But like, the fact that I still had the power to still talk, even though like no one was responding in a moment, that's like what I'm aiming for. Like right now, like I think I'm doing pretty decent right now talking, you know, like I'm doing okay, right? So it's just something that I think is just a reality that you have to get used to as a streamer, right? But yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna, like, again, we're still in the testing phase. We're still in the growing phase. I'm still figuring out things like any new streamer does, right? Everyone has something they're going with. I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to compete with giants right now. Giants within the streaming space. Like, I already lost hands down. It's like an ant trying to fight an elephant. Who's gonna win, right? Or it's like that one gorilla versus 100 men. Who do you think is gonna win? The gorilla or the man or the men? Because I'm sorry, like, men are stupid. All it takes is like 10 men to get absolutely fucking bodied. And all the other men just like lose their shit, and then we already lost. We already lost at that point. It's over. Like, seeing another human being being ripped apart limb by limb by this giant behemoth of an animal, like, it's over. It's over. And I feel bad for the gorilla, because the gorilla technically has a disadvantage here. He's only one dude against 100 guys, right? So And this is no weapons. I know people are like, well, what if we use sticks? What if we make spears like from like, and I'm like, well, no, that doesn't count. The whole argument is you do it hand to hand. Same with the gorilla, same with you, okay? So yeah, that's what it is like for me. I'm the 100 men versus the one gorilla. I'm stupid enough to do it, to go off against giants, but it's also kind of cool, right? Like, I also like viewing streaming almost like solo leveling, where, or I guess not even just streaming, just anything, right? Where if it's an industry that's competitive and there are experts within said industry and you're just starting off, it's almost like, you know, you are rank E, right? You're at the bottom of the food chain. But what's cool is like, as long as you are determined and work hard and learn a lot about the world and a lot about your industry and make all these connections, you can easily build yourself up to becoming an S rank. Now, granted, versus solo leveling, it will take a lot more time than, you know, said show, but it's kind of like that, at least for me. That's how I like to view it, is like, it's exciting to see like what the top and the pinnacle of entertainment is, and then trying to reach that. Like, that is cool because you're putting in effort, and if you're passionate about it, that will fuel your drive to get there. And you will be rewarded by, like, for me, for example, like being rated by a big creator, which was huge for me. I love George. Like, thank you, George, once again. You are incredible. But also, like, you can like get a better setup. Like for me, for example, I used to stream in my bedroom, or I didn't even stream. I made YouTube videos in my bedroom. And what I would do is I'd get my MacBook and a camera, and I'd record myself with my phone, and my laptop. I would screen record the thing I was looking at, which would be the audio of the microphone going into the laptop and the screen. And then I would sync it up in post. That's what I would do because I had no money. And yeah, it was bad. But what I did is, like, after college, I realized, you know, I want to give content creation a shot. I want to actually invest in it a little bit. So I got like a full-time job and pretty much saved up. And so I got like a better webcam that I got recommended. If you go to like CDogVAs, which is why I love him, by the way, his Twitch page, his about section has all of his specs for equipment to use. So I used that to buy his camera, like the camera he uses to make a webcam. And then I studied a bunch of streamers. I got these shelves. Surprisingly, they're plastic ones for like $30 on Amazon. And they're really sturdy. Like, they can hold up to 11 pounds each, which is insane. So I've been putting up stuff. Like, you see my Natsu wig up there. You see Happy up there. You see Star-Lord, of course, too. And then I have a Daredevil helmet and Luffy hat. So everything. It's cool. And I'm planning on, like, I have a lot of figures back at home. I'm planning on getting them shipped here to my new apartment. So I can start putting them and filling them here. So that'd be pretty cool, you know? Oh, and then this apartment, I had to search for this, and I worked my butt off trying to find like the perfect place, and lo and behold, I found it. And then we have, like, you know, I had to set up my whole room to all the space, and I'm happy with how it turned out because I look back and I'm like, you know, despite me stressing out about a lot of things, despite me going through a lot of things that did not work out, like, as long as you just keep on going, I look back, and this is like what someone told me too. If you feel like you're not moving, if you feel like you're worthless, like you're not doing anything, that you are actually just a waste of space or a waste of oxygen, which don't think that, by the way. Don't think that. You are worth something. And you just need to help yourself discover what that something is. Because once you do, you realize how valuable you are, truly. And it's the people that try to drag you down that actually hide the fact that you were actually great. Sorry, that was a little bit of a side tangent. But my point is that as long as you, like, work hard, what's great about YouTube is, like, it's almost like physical records being kept, right? And same with, like, Twitch. So I went back to my earliest YouTube days and looked at my videos then versus my videos recently. Oh yeah, night and day. Thumbnails wise, great. You know, the fact that I was still able to like get editing done. I was able to get more comfortable speaking too, which was huge for me. I'm like, I didn't realize I sucked at talking. That's how bad I was back then. But now I'm like a little bit better. And that tells me I'm on a trajectory to get better and better. I just got to keep practicing, you know? And I feel like that goes for anyone. Everyone like looks at them like, oh, I'm bad because I'm not like I don't have the voice of Michael Bublé, you know? The fucking singer, you know? Great singer, by the way, you know? But then you're just like, well, how did I sound earlier? And it's like, oh no, you sounded inaudible. Like you were like a screeching hyena. You couldn't understand what you were saying. And now you sound passable, like decent. And I'm like, that's a huge leap still. That's a huge leap. Just keep going. You will eventually, it'll take years. I think one thing everyone should note too, progress can take time. It is okay for it to take time. We should stop telling ourselves we should have instant results. We should put a break on it, take a little step back and be like, hey, you know, it's okay if you're not a billionaire by 30. Who is? No one is. Like, no one's a millionaire. Most people just make it by with what they have. That's just normal people, right? So I think we lose sight of that with social media, with like movies. And it's like, we need this, we need that, we need this. We need to reach this point. And sometimes it's impossible. But why is that thought in our head? And it's because like we've been taught the wrong thing, right? So that's just kind of my thing, is like when you're in the pursuit of progress, just worry about yourself. Just like as long as you're doing what you feel is right and you are doing the right thing, even if it's slow. One improvement a day, no matter how small, is still an improvement. 0 plus 0.00001 is still higher than 0, okay? Just because you're not at 1 yet doesn't mean you're a failure. I don't know why I said point. That was weird. It's like ... at the end of the sentence. I don't know. But like that's also what I'm hoping to inspire, is like, hey, I'm not the biggest streamer. In fact, I'm a tiny streamer who just got lucky one time with a raid, and now I have like a couple people viewing me, and I almost sometimes feel like I don't deserve it. But then I also am like, look, I was streaming at the right time. I was just chatting. I was able to talk for another 3 hours, and you know, even if like a lot of them are not around anymore because it was like a quick raid, and that's what usually happens. Like, I'm gonna use this momentum because that's how I feel is right. Is like, I shouldn't stop because of something bad that happened or something that really good happened. I can just coast. You know, I feel like we should still strive to work hard regardless. And just keep our head down and just, you know, steel mind, remain focused on the goal. And my goal, at least, is to be entertaining, to help those, like, give good advice, play video games, chill vibes, you know, create just a nice, wholesome community on the internet. Because I feel like we always talk about like the toxic ones, the ones that are the loudest usually, right? All the controversies, all the clip farming, right? When I feel like it's important to be like, we need more chill creators. And not to say that there's none, but I just want to be grouped with those kinds of creators. That's just me, you know? I don't want to be a drama channel. I've already watched, like, I enjoy drama channels. Like, I'm going to be honest. I like tea. And I like listening to drama. So both kinds of tea. But I also want to recognize, like, it's also very dangerous to go into controversial subjects. It's very it's very dangerous to delve with creator drama, right? When we could be having fun, you know. I don't want to be that type of person to weaponize my fan base. I don't want to be the person who's known for like saying some stupid shit, right? Even if I feel like it's the truth, right? It could be a lapse in judgment, or it's just a personal preference. I still don't want to say it because, like, that's not my intention with this community. My community is more for helping people. And the closer I can get to helping people, whether it's motivate them through a career, a difficult career path, one that's competitive, one that's stressful, one that's customer service related, which huge props, because I understand completely what that means, right? Customer service. And I sympathize with a lot of people who have to be outside all the time, like those workers, just dealing with people all the time. So yeah, I don't know. I'm also going for the Nintendo vibe too. I mean, that's the music we've been playing, not only because it's copyright free, but like also I just like the vibes of, Nintendo. And that's why I'm trying to do more of an anime thing, which yes, I am an anime fan. If you haven't guessed already, I am a huge anime fan. My favorite anime of all time is Fairy Tail. And I know that may be controversial, but it's true because it did help me through a rough patch in my life. And call it power of friendship all you want. The character arcs in that show, the character dynamics, and the relationships are some of the best I have seen in the industry, in the medium, and no one can tell me otherwise. And it's true. And it's not even a guilty pleasure. I do think there's a lot of quality with it that I think gets overlooked a lot. So, that's why I have the Natsu wig and then also Happy. And that's why I also dressed as Natsu during my freshman year of college. So that's also a big flex of mine. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know. If we're talking about anime though, I do. So if you want to know my favorite genres within anime, I'll watch pretty much anything. But my favorites are like, okay, I have some generic ones and I have some like other ones that are like a little bit more, I guess niche is the best way to describe it. So I have like, of course, ecchi, I'll admit I'll have my guilty pleasures here and there. Shonen, of course, like this basic JJK, My Hero Academia, Bleach, Naruto, One Punch Man, all the same, right? Pretty much like, oh yeah, this is what people want, right? But then you have more of the slice of lives, which I am very appreciative of. I do really love the slice of lives. I also like the mysteries. I think if you can get a really good mystery in, like, just watch the first season of Promised Neverland. Don't watch anything else. It only ends after one season. It does not have a second season. You know what I mean? It does not have a second season. Like stuff like that. Promised Neverland's really good. What's also a really good mystery? I actually like it's not a mystery per se, but Full Metal Alchemist has like a really good overarching world that they explore. And I do like a lot of like learning about like who the villain is, and the backstory. It's like, oh my gosh, Full Metal Alchemist, one of the best anime I've seen. Damn, I'm really being called out because I'm like, oh, what's another mystery show? Oh, Detective Conan. How could I forget? Detective Conan to me is the perfect show because it is like, so it's an episodic show, which means like every episode is sort of unique and isolated. You could pretty much watch it out of order, except for like, of course, the big part, like the part 1 and part 2, if it's like split into between 2 episodes, right? But the reason why I love Detective Conan is because they do have an overarching plot. And every so often, like serialized television, they'll sprinkle just a little bit in to these episodic in these episodic television episodes. And so it's really cool seeing the progression of the overarching story sprinkled within like just villain of the week, murder of the week, and figuring out who did what. And some of them are really clever. And I'm happy when I can guess who it was. And it's like a really good mystery, That's why I love Detective Conan, because I've done that and I felt so happy. So yeah, Detective Conan is the perfect show if you want something that's chill, something that's more mature, and it's an oldie, but it's still going on. That it's like, I think it started in the 90s and it's still going to this day. So it's insane. Like it's in the thousands it passed like 1,000 episodes already. I think it's at 1,100 already. So yeah, it's like One Piece. If you want your murder mystery show, there's One Piece. Or Ace Attorney. I did watch a couple episodes of Ace Attorney. That's great too. We love Ace Attorney. Nah, you're good. Welcome back, Alia. We're just talking about like my favorite anime, and I'm basically like pressuring myself to name all the mystery shows, or else I'm a fake fan, you know. Bungo Stray Dogs. I guess you can regard that as a mystery. I do like Bungo, especially because especially the 5th season. Oh, it was so good, and I'm pissed off no one was talking about it. I love Bungo Stray Dogs. That big twist at the end, figuring out what the fuck was going on. That was huge. Is someone talking on YouTube? I don't think anyone was, Alia, but thanks for like double checking. I'm pretty sure no one was on YouTube. Because if I go to my live right now. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, no, people are talking. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know why it does this. Like, I think it's just because StreamerBot is like... Which is what I use. Oh, it's not signed in. My bad, guys. All right, if you're going to chat, here, let's go. Yeah, Magic Kaido is undoubtedly the most underrated anime spin-off show. It is. I love Magic Kaido. By the way, if you guys type on YouTube, by the way, now I'll read it for you guys. Yeah, my childhood Detective Conan. We love Conan over here. I love Conan. My old banner for YouTube, which, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up on YouTube. Because I think I still have it. Where I did a video breaking down like the big change of my like YouTube and stuff. Let me see if I can pull it up. There we go. Yeah, Magic Kaido. There we go. It finally loaded. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, because if I go to like my earliest videos, I did like progress videos on like how far I was. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want, look, I'm gonna show it right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom! Look at that. Ha ha ha! I did make a Detective Conan video, and it didn't do too bad. And I'm also really proud of this thumbnail. This is when I used to have Photoshop still, though, using my school account, and then they kicked me off, and I was pissed off. But yeah, there you go. And I'm pretty sure I did mention. Oh my gosh, that's my old setup. Holy shit. Gurren Lagann. Oh, we love Gurren Lagann. Yo, Alia, thanks for subscribing. Tier 1. Oh, there's my playlist. Thank you so much. I know I just started it, but my goodness, thank you. Yeah, you are the first. You got the founder. Subscribed for 1 month. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we love Gurren Lagann. See, I love Gurren Lagann because Gurren Lagann to me is depression cures, right? It cures depression. Yeah. Believe in the me that believes in you. I love Kanima. Is it Kanima, right? Kamina, right? It's Kamina. Yeah, Kamina. Kamina is the GOAT. I love Kamina. His cloak, his whole fit, right? His glasses, the fact that he's just like so he's like the greatest friend ever to Simon. Yeah. Yeah, the MC, it says Gurren Lagann didn't run away from the problems or make plot holes. It had character, not be the MC off the rip, but become it through challenges. Yes. And I love how it was like, it doesn't, I think it's the perfect show that should be studied because it doesn't have pretty much any exposition. It's all show and not tell. Like, for the most part, because you're like, what is going on? And later on, of course, they delve into it. But for the very start, it's like, okay, we're just running. You're either with us or you're not with us. Get on board, you know? Because it's like, oh, they live underground, you know? And he wants to go to the heavens. And then it escalates and it goes further and further. It's so good. I love Gurren Lagann. That's a great show. Great recommendation, Coral. Yeah. Oh man, Gurren Lagann. That takes me back. Gurren Lagann's great. What's another? Oh, Assassination Classroom, another great show. Because I feel like there's a lot of shows that are like will cause depression. Like I feel like that's the label. Will cause depression. And then there are shows that were like will cure depression. You know, Gurren Lagann's one of them. Yeah. Simon understanding the way Kamina was thinking throughout the whole series becomes apparent. He is no longer the guy digging, but the one who helped others pierce the sky like Kamina did for him. Yeah. Dude, and that moment after when they got reunited in that one scene where it's grown-up version of him and Kamina with like his hand on the shoulder. Oh, like you could not have like a better moment in anime history than that. Like just reunited like thematically and what that represented. And then you get Simon's transformation too, right? And then who do you yeah. Who the hell do you think I am? It's great. It's great. Wait, actually give me one moment. Give me one moment. I found it. Yeah, and speaking of, I am such a big Gurren Lagann fan. You know what I did? I bought the drill. That's my flex. I bought the drill that pierced the heavens. I got the necklace. Oh, I had to. And I'm not, that's why I'm proving that I'm not faking I'm a Gurren Lagann fan. I've been a huge fan of it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I watched that show. Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, because isn't it the one? I think I put it on hold. I like got through half of it. Yeah. Yeah, not to flex, but I got Jiraiya's book, Ichi Ichi Paradise, in real life. And that's my equivalent to your heaven-piercing drill. I mean, for you, maybe, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't realize we had real treasure here. Like, you really found the One Piece, huh? But yeah, there's one that I mean, if we're talking about guilty pleasures too, like I do have like my fair share too when it comes to anime. Like, I mean, my go-to when it comes to like, oh, what's your favorite harem show? I'm like, step back. And then I throw in the Infinite Stratos. Well, there we go. There we go. So it's either this. Yeah, the One Piece is real. The One Piece is real. You know what my One Piece is? Right here. Infinite Stratos. Yeah. Dude, Infinite Stratos, unironically, One of the greatest anime to ever exist. Hands down. We stand Infinite Stratos here. And the fact that it's canonical that the MC cannot date any of them, because if he did, it would cause an international incident, is not only one of the funniest fucking things I have ever read, but the fact that it's like actually plot relevant is one of the best. Like things. It's like, hey, it's a gag, but it's actually like, it's actually true. So like Infinite Stratos is good. And then, I also like, of course, if you are cultured, boom. Trinity 7. We love Trinity 7 over here. He's a liability and a war hero, but it's good. And the animation of the mechs are cool. Yeah, it's a mecha anime. Who doesn't love a mecha anime? Right? Yeah, Trinity 7. Those are my guilty pleasures, okay? Okay. I'm an anime fan, you know. I'm not that much of a degenerate, but I will say I do have my fair share of guilty pleasures. Yeah. Rata in his demon form is peak. It is. And that's like a cool moment. And the thing I like about it the most though is like at least they like try and have dialogue where they build relationships. So it's like they actually care about each other. And I do appreciate that as opposed to like not having characters who do, you know? That's why I like it. That's why I like it. But if you want a really sad one, like speaking of like, we were talking about like anime to run depressions, right? If you want a really good show that will break you, like it broke me pretty much. You know what show you need to watch? Angel Beats. Yeah, Angel Beats is it is an amazing show, but my goodness, at the end you will feel crushed. Like it's gonna be rough for you, dude. Yeah, like I remember finishing that show and I'm just like so I had to make a YouTube video on it because I wanted to, but I wanted to include the intro as part of like my video intro before like I cut it and then like fade it out, of course. But listening to the opening song again after finishing that show for like 13 times because I was editing it. Oh, why'd I do that to myself? Yeah. See, here's what you do. Here's what you do. If your bro or friend goes through like a rough breakup and they're feeling down, the one thing you don't do is you don't unleash. Hold on. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up the 3 shows you do not recommend them, unless you know you're that friend. In case you hate them, or like are trying to get them back for something they did against you. So what you do is you do Angel Beats, of course, but then you recommend immediately after. Well, you know the tears are still wet. Here's what you do. You throw up the Your Line April. Yeah, that's what you do. You show them Your Line April as like a gut punch, and then after that you throw up the ooh, why is this so close? The Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, so basically you gut them and then you like twist their insides as you're gutting them, you know? Champion. I know about that show. I have not. I think either I've seen it or I have yet to see it. I know what you're talking about though. Yeah. Yeah. I have heard of this show. Yeah. That one for sure. Another cool anime, I think it's called Twin Star Exorcist. Yeah, I've seen that one. I think see, it's funny. I get into like a couple episodes and then I put it on hold and then I like either find like a new season comes out and I start binge watching those shows, or like I fall out of love of anime, or at least watching anime because I'm just not in the mood and I just don't. That's what ends up happening. So I've seen that one. You know what's like actually like underrated as hell? Like this is like, oh, sports crow, no basket. Yeah, the basketball one. Yeah, that one's pretty good. If you want like a really good, sort of like, and we're talking about different genres within anime, I always recommend this, especially to like if I have a female friend. I'm like, you know what you'd like? Because I know you hate the fan service. Case study of Vanitas, you know, that is honestly an amazing show. Slept on 100%. Love these two knuckleheads to death. They're amazing, and it has two amazing relationships in it. And so for the shippers, it's an automatic dub, and that includes me. So yeah, Vanitas is pretty sick. We love Vanitas over here. And then what else? Oh yeah, if you want a cool one that's like unique, we're talking about mysteries, right? I mentioned I watched a lot of mystery anime, which is kind of a lie, but kind of not. Like I just have to like think about what shows technically count as mystery. You want a really good one? Here, I got you guys. What you gotta watch is Moriarty the Patriot, a spin on the Sherlock Holmes tale, where instead of, you know, you following Sherlock Holmes, you follow Moriarty, who is the arch nemesis of Sherlock Holmes. And it's so interesting seeing it from the villain's perspective. And honestly, you're wondering if maybe Moriarty was in the right. And it's interesting to see how this story plays out. And honestly, I thought it ended pretty well. It's a short and sweet show, only 2 seasons. It ends. It's pretty good. I don't remember this anime's name, but it's a father and son duo, and the father's ageless and has card abilities that are working for like a massive organization. I forgot its name. Interesting. Has card abilities. Put a pin on it. Like if you can find it, just let me know. Because another one, if you want another one that's slept on that I love, this is like, we're delving into like the ones that I feel like go completely unnoticed. Okay. And I've made a couple YouTube videos on it. You want to know a great one that I feel like is like the shonen equivalent of Pokemon, but like with more shonen tropes? Zatch Bell. Look. If you love Chopper for One Piece, I guarantee you, and if you like Pokemon too, guarantee you are going to love this show. It is like Pokemon, but instead of like, you know, this is like, oh, Pikachu, and then you fight like gym battles, right? It goes like, yeah, if you lose, you get sent back to hell. So yeah, don't lose. And man, some of the fights in here are tragic because some people don't want to go and they do, and it's sad. Yeah. Zatch Bell is a great, and it's an interesting show too. Buddy card fighting is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon combined. Yeah. I know about buddy card fighting. Yeah. Zatch Bell is pretty good. What was the other one I was gonna do? I was gonna do, oh yeah. Oh yes. This one has arguably, I'm gonna do 2 shows. So this one is one of 2 that has one of the best dynamics for like a friendship, like partners fighting, and has one of the coolest moments too in anime that I have ever seen, where it's a tag team versus like 2 guys tag teaming against like a mob of enemies. It is so sick. And that is Karakuri Circus. Love the show to death. Honestly, I think more people need to watch this. I think the animation is pretty good. You know, there are some CG scenes, but for the most part, I think it does its job. It has some great characters, has some interesting plot lines, and the ending is actually somber and bittersweet. So highly recommend this one. This one's a great show to watch. And the other one is actually from like the same, I think, artist as Dragon Ball. Oh, Cronus Ruler? Ooh, okay. I found it. It's this one right here, right? Chronos Ruler. Okay. Consider it added to my ever-expanding watch list that will go into infinity like Gojo's domain expansion. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Chronos Ruler. Okay. I will put that. I'm going to shrink this tab so I have it saved, okay? Yeah, so that one's a good one. And then also, this is a popular franchise, but I feel like the anime is actually slept on. Has probably one of my favorite side characters of all time, and also that tag team scene I was talking about. It's in here, and that is Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. Amazing show. I love it to death. It is great. The fact that it concludes, it's kind of like a full story. You get the whole thing. That's why I love Full Metal Alchemist, because you can watch it beginning to end, and that's it. That's the story. Same thing here. It is beginning to end. Once it starts, then it ends. You're all set. So. And fun fact, I love the side character so much, that I decided, you know what? He deserves to be recognized. So I bought his own Nendoroid. So that's goes to show how much I love this character. His name's Pop. I know the light's right there, so I'm going to try and focus it a little bit better. There we go. We love Pop over here. This is a Pop supporting channel. Nah, you're missing out. This show is pretty good. Yeah, we about to pass on the anime watch list to the kids as a legacy, and them to their kids will be generational. Beyblade Metal Series is just goated for me. Yeah. Well, I have a friend who's all about Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh, like the show. And so he's like seen everything. So I usually will just go to him for all the like the card game anime and stuff like that. Or like similar tangents, because I know Beyblade's not technically a card game anime. But yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Rugia goated. Oh, I'll give you, okay. There are two that I think are also slept on. We'll cover them. This one, people are talking about how underrated it is, so I feel like, you know what, that's kind of like a weird... It's in this weird side category of like, it's underrated as in the fact that more people should be recognizing how amazing it is. But I also feel like people talk about, it's like all the nuanced anime fans know about the show, but all the normies don't. So it's just, we just need to get the normies to watch it, you know? And you know what I'm talking about when I throw up this? We're talking about Magi here. We love Magi over here. Like, Aladdin is amazing. Why'd I... Yeah, Aladdin. We have Sinbad. Yeah, just everything going on. Yeah, we stand Magi over here. Yeah, so Adventures of Sinbad. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you just watch Adventures of Sinbad 2, and it's goated, right? It's amazing. We love Sinbad. Sinbad is honestly one of the greatest characters to ever exist. He is so awesome. And I'm so glad that like Nuxaku, when he was like sane still, we'll rip him. Well, he made a whole video, and that's how I found out about Sinbad, when he was talking about all like the goated characters. He made like a list, and he was on there. I'm like, thank you for acknowledging Sinbad, because Sinbad is cool. We love Sinbad. Yeah, I like the prequel. I'm just sad because I read the manga, and I realized when I caught up, it was just kind of like, yeah. Well, the problem with season 2 is the manga went on hiatus, so they can't make a season 2 because there's not enough content. And from what I'm aware, they still haven't continued. They haven't resumed, so that's so sad. But yeah. And then there's another one, but we're gonna start an ad break in 20 seconds, so I don't want to leave you guys out. we're gonna like go on this ad break. I think it's only like 3 minutes. We will return shortly. But I just wanted to give you guys that heads up in 9 minutes. But if you guys want to help me out, no worries. You can subscribe and skip the ad break. Anyways, bye. You guys see an ad. Yeah, and then we'll just chill in the moment. If you actually followed me, it'd be pretty dope. Or if you're on YouTube, actually, never mind. Because Coral, you're on YouTube. You're just going to chill with me until the ad break's over. But we're just going to see. I'm actually going to pull it up right now to see if I can view it as like a random person. So if I go onto my screen right now. Yeah, if I go live as a stranger, do I have the ad break on? Yeah, if I go live as a stranger, do I have the ad break on? Okay, I don't. Also, why do I have one viewer on Twitch? Rude. That's so rude. Okay, I guess I don't. Okay, whatever. But anyways, yeah, Sinbad's one of the... Okay, Sinbad is one of the most... Oh, wait, no. There is an ad break in progress. Never mind. I was waiting for it to kick in. I don't know why it took so long. But yeah, Sinbad is one of the most well-written anime characters of all time, and he should be the antagonist, support, protagonist, side character. He fits into it, and it's awesome. Well, the moment the villain was retreating, he's like, I'm going to use my dark abilities to attack you, Sinbad. Rah! And then Sinbad's like, well, guess what? I'm a fusion of both, bitch. That was a great moment because, you know, Sinbad's just, he's that guy, you know? The fact that he pulls up naked and plays it off in the first encounter, which is really funny. And then you learn out that this guy's a badass, that he got all like 7 different weapons and shit, and then like conquered the 7 different dungeons, united the world, built a kingdom on this island, right? It's awesome. Like, I want to be Sinbad. Sinbad's just the coolest, right? So yeah, no, Magi slept on. I already made a video on Magi 2 on my YouTube channel. I think it's just slept on. What else is the... Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it when the break ends, but yeah. I do have another one, but we can keep talking about Magi. But yeah, I don't know. Magi is just the type of show to be like... I feel, at least, like... It's a show that a lot of people should watch because it's not your stereotypical anime fantasy setting, and the world building, the world mechanics, how it's all about geopolitical battles and magic, and it's about like sort of like Asian countries all the way from China to more recently like the Middle East, all the way to like Africa and maybe a little bit of Europe. It's just so cool. It's just sort of like an area of the world that like isn't really explored too much, right? Like it's huge. It's almost like the Mediterranean Sea, I think, is like, oh, like that's sort of like the region inspired by it, and I think that's cool. Ad break ends in 10 seconds. Yeah, I want to see what it's like for another person who's watching it and an ad break starts, you know? Well, welcome back, everyone. That was my first ad break midstream. We were just talking. I don't know if YouTube got the same ad break. I don't think so. I think it was only Twitch, but we were just talking about Sinbad. But yeah, Sinbad's great. I love how it talks about like an area of the world that isn't really discovered, which is like sort of the area in the Mediterranean, all the countries that surround that, all the way to China, which is cool. But of course, these are fictional nations. They're just more inspired by real life cultures. Very loosely, I will say. But yeah, definitely watch Sinbad and also watch Magi. I think Magi, they're both amazing shows that more people should watch, especially a lot of people who are just getting into anime. If you do that, you will earn my respect too. Very much so. And speaking of shows that I think deserve more recognition, we also have Altair, a battle of records, which I have made a YouTube video on. Not only does it have a really great opening, but I just absolutely love the character designs. I love the main character. I love how it's all about strategy, world building, war tactics. And it's like you're straight up facing off against a strategist who's like the guy right here in the top right. He's like military might of this empire, and you're just, just this random kid who's super wise and super smart and gets appointed. And you have to work with these nations, like smaller nations, to band together to fight against the empire. But it's just tough because you don't have the resources. The empire's using these tactics. And so you got to find a way to use a spy network. It's just, I don't want to spoil it too much. It is great. Definitely watch it if you're into that kind of stuff. It is simply amazing. We love Altair. But yeah, so it is 9:15 in 15 minutes because I want to start it sort of at 9:30. I'm going to announce it. We will start Wuthering Waves for the first time because I am very moist today. As you can see, I am very moist. But yeah, so Altair, so back to my point, Altair is pretty cool. Definitely watch that show. If you want if you want to be respected as someone who actually has seen some of the stuff that I think a lot of people have not seen, Altair's up there. And if you like Attack on Titan, right? It's okay to like the popular stuff. If you like Attack on Titan, I also have a great show for you because it almost captures the spirit. People call it a ripoff. I don't think it's a ripoff. I think it's just two shows that came out at the same time with sort of the similar tone and style. And I feel just because of that, just because of the art direction, because it's so, I like the action and I like the concept. People should give it a shot because it's Steel Kabanari. There we go. This one right here is a great one. I love this show. Kabanari of the Iron Fortress. Imagine the Titans are zombies that are super strong, and you need the steampunk weaponry to kill them. It is so cool. I love the world, and they have to use tactics to survive, and this guy's a genius. And there's a lot of plot twists in about what is humanity, what is regarded as humanity. Where when people die, it's who is that for? And I think that's one of the biggest appeals to zombie shows is not the fact that you see zombies killing people. It's just trying to see them struggle, seeing the humans struggle. I'm struggling with these words, struggling to survive. And you see all these issues come up with that just alone. Maybe other humans are bad, that maybe factions start forming, maybe, one person gets in and then the whole area gets contaminated and then everyone's screwed because this one person let in the exception. It just adds so much interesting, I think, who are the real monsters? And I think that's what the essence of the zombie genre is the humans more demonic than the actual monsters themselves? Because if it hadn't been for the humans, maybe the plague may have not spread as fast. That's what's just such an interesting question. So yeah, definitely check out Kabanari of the Iron Fortress because that one. But if you want, I think there's also a really cool genre. It's almost like a subgenre of very unique humor. And I'm gonna start with the main one, which I think everyone has probably heard of at one point or the other. But I honestly think this is a great show, and it has a beginning to end. We're talking about shows that start and end, and you could just watch completely. The fact that it finished 3 seasons, and the quality of all 3 is some of the best ever, I think needs to be talked about. And that is Mob Psycho 100. We love Mob Psycho 100 over here. Mob Psycho 100 is not only amazing for its incredible animation, but just its humor, I think, is very unique and really funny. And I love sort of this mundane commentary on what it means to have superpowers. And sometimes it could be overblown. Maybe some people hype themselves up and it's actually a reflection of your insecurities. And when you gain superpowers, those insecurities actually get emboldened, right? And it causes you to act in a way that is very different. Because like now you, instead of feeling inferior, you develop an inferiority complex. And that is what also, you know, causes a lot of problems. So yeah, like, so Mob Psycho, I think, is also like one of those shows that is pretty cool and everyone should definitely check out. But yeah, so again, I feel like I have a lot of anime that is just straight up amazing. Like you have like the humorous Mob Psycho. We talked about the ecchi. I mean, that's also technically humor and it's right, where it's just a lot of fan service, right? But then you also have like, of course, the drama stuff. You have all like the historical fiction stuff, like the romance. Oh, we haven't even gotten rom-coms, but oh my goodness, I want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, because most of the rom-coms I've seen, I've been let down by. I'm gonna be completely honest, but maybe I'll make a separate video of that on my disdain for the rom-com genre. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just the type of person who. I love how people are like, well, you watch anime, you're into this, you're into that, or you watch the ecchi shows, and I'm sitting over here like, I have seen everything. So I feel like I am qualified to be that one person who can't be criticized, because I'm like, look, I've been enjoying the ecchi stuff, of course, and the fan service stuff, but I've also been seeing the serious stuff. Even shoujo anime I've seen. So yeah, that's my flex there, you know? It's more of me as a connoisseur to watch everything and enjoy everything, okay? There's a difference between me and the typical ecchi fan. Now, granted, it is okay to have your guilty pleasures, but we know those people, and those people are unhinged. It's kind of crazy. Man, I also feel really bad for a lot of anime studios, because now they have to greenlight all this fetish shit. And it's like... yeah, well, we know it's because there's a demand for it, and all these recent anime fans are like, oh, these Gen Alphas are, oh god, the fact that Gen Alphas are now watching anime, and now like being integrated like harmfully because of the algorithm, you know, pointing them towards some harmful topics and, you know, special content. It's crazy. But I feel like that's a whole nother conversation for another day, right? Where we just talk about the algorithm, and like maybe there are some negative sides to pushing some certain brands of content specifically, right? So I don't know. That's just me. So here's what we're gonna do. I don't want to close the music tab. I want to be very careful. Do not close the music tab. But what I want to do is I want to start booting up Wuthering Waves, because if it decides to be like, oh yeah, 20,000 minutes to install everything, I'm going to be like, oh fuck, you know? Oh, and guess what? We have an update. Who called it? So I'm glad I'm starting 7 minutes early, so at least this can get ready, and then we can start streaming Wuthering Waves. Woo-wah. And this is coming from a Genshin player. So if you didn't know, I stream Genshin Impact, or used to stream Genshin Impact. Let's be honest here. But if you watch some of my old clips on my Twitch right now, you can see I reacted to some of the story. And what I've been told, because I've pretty much caught up to the main stories of like the main quests within Genshin Impact, that Wuthering Waves is a superior game to Genshin Impact. Now, I don't know if this is true, because I have yet to be playing Wuthering Waves, but that is a question we shall answer in 6 minutes on whether Wuthering Waves is truly the better game. I mean, just from the art alone, I'm like, it's going to give me a whole different vibe, right? And I know that there's like a whole waifu battle, right? That's what I've been told going on. All I know is was it Kentarella? Like, I remember that trailer, like people were fiending so hard. Someone who doesn't know anything about the game and just Genshin Impact knows about the tongue thing, which is crazy. I'm like, what? Why is this the first thing I'm learning about this game? I don't even know the mechanics. I don't even know how it functions, who the main character is. And I know about this random girl's tongue thing. Tongue fetish. So yeah, it's crazy. Oh God, oh God, oh God. How long is it gonna take? It says it says an hour. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Please don't take forever. I wanna stream, please. Please don't do this to me. I may have to go on break. Don't do this to me, Woo-Wah. Yeah, maybe Genshin is superior because Genshin won't make you wait. Wait, no, that's a lie. They do make you wait for updates. Yeah, but has anyone in chat played Woo-Wah? Just out of curiosity, because this is my first time playing. I mean, I got my moist shirt on, so I am ready to roll. Okay, it says an hour. Uh-oh. It says an hour. Oh God. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Do I have enough storage? Do you see how much storage it took? It was like 43 gigabytes. Uh-oh. Do I have enough storage? Uh-oh. I'm a little bit worried here. I may not have enough storage. System. Storage. Okay, we have enough storage. That's crazy though. Okay, it says like it's gonna be an hour, so that's great. Thank you, Woo-Wah. I wanted to play you for the first time, but I guess not. Seriously? Alright, whatever. I wanted to close this tab. So in the meantime, I'll give it like an extra 10 minutes and we'll see where the progress is. But in the meanwhile, let's do something fun, okay? All right, just give me 1 second. Because I have something else I want to talk about. All right, you're going to hear some random people talking. Just know because I have Twitch open. Oh, man, it's going to be so weird. Twitch open. Oh, man, it's going to be so weird. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Right now, I have my Twitch page open, and you have all the channels I have followed because I was doing some research on, you know, what it means to be a big creator, right? So, right now, I have made panels. That is something I worked on, and it took a little bit, but I'm happy that like we actually got to this point. So, basically, I'm just gonna go on a quick rundown of what I'm doing to make stream better, and if you have any questions, just let me know. So, my about section, which also I love this selfie right here. I just took this random selfie. I'm like, hey, you know what? It looks twitchy enough. So I said, yo, welcome to the channel. If you like anime, you should know that you have probably found the biggest fairy tale fan in the world. It's me, Saorius. And I absolutely love Natsu Dragon Eel to death. Fact. That is a fact. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. No cap. And it's probably good for you to know I have a lot of similar hot takes like that too. Just ask me on stream. And then this is where I had a little bit of fun. I'm like, I'm just a traveling weirdo who used to live in Cali. Fact, I did used to live in California. And now lives in Florida. Yeah, that's true. But just to know, I'm not just any traveling weirdo. I'm the guy who knows way too much about being an artist. So I'm broke too. Also, very much a fact. So with the power of friendship, lots of Dr. Pepper. And the most introverted extrovert, which I feel is like a very accurate description of myself. I encourage you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It will be chaotic, which it will. I mean, you've seen how my streams have gone. So basically, I'm like, ooh, there's my Luffy Halloween costume from last year, which is pretty hype. And then my rules, of course, is follow Twitch community guidelines. Don't argue or talk shit to or with other people. Pretty self-explanatory. I want to create a wholesome sort of community here. No solicitations, spoilers of any kind, real, fake or real, equal insta-ban. Yep. You know, just maintain, like, if we're playing a game, don't fucking spoil it. That's a dick move. No shipping real people. Yeah, that's pretty much fair. You can ship all the fictional people you want, just no real people. Schedule Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which, yeah, hopefully I'm good at that. And then, of course, I linked my 2 pages here. FAQ, can you react to X on stream? Yeah, so this is basically... So honestly, confession time. I pretty much just stole this from Connor, CDogVA. I went to his Twitch About section. Sorry, I'm going to pull it up right now. Oh, nice. Perfect. So basically, I went to his About section, and I just ripped that from him. Yeah. So basically, I just copied all that text and threw it into mine. But yeah, I feel like it's a good boundary, because if I'm following Connor's example, because I do love him as a streamer, you know. The only thing is I don't have the subscriptions or the tiers, but that's something I'm going to work on. Trust me. That is in the works. I'm still a small streamer, but I do want to at least start to get familiar with how everything works here. But yeah, just like stuff like, oh yeah, just connecting your YouTube, your Twitter, donations. The only difference, of course, is T has like all this cool graphics. And I put in a bunch of images because I am on a budget. But, you know, that's how we roll sometimes. You gotta do what you gotta do. May not be pretty, but hey, that's how it is. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to let me know. Like, test out the bit system in, of course, my channel. Let me know if you guys like the ads running or not, because I can take them down momentarily, too, if you feel like they're not great. Because yeah, I know I'm a smaller streamer, I shouldn't be running ads. I'm more doing it just so I could like start playing around with what affiliate gives me, you know what I mean? So I can take it down easy. I have no problem with doing that. So, and then for people on YouTube, of course, all of my, basically everything's gonna be downloaded. Oh my gosh, how long is it gonna take? Oh, it's gonna be like another 30 minutes. Seriously, woo-wah? Anyways. I should have downloaded this before. That's my bad, guys. But basically, anyone listening to YouTube, all my streams are basically going to be uploaded afterwards onto my channel through the live, because we're multi-streaming right now. And then you could just watch it through there. So, yeah. Again, we'll see how this goes. But again, it's also like a work in progress. So just let me know. Just let me know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened here? What happened here? Wait, I just realized. Is it because Twitch was chatting, or is this... Hold on. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, dang. Okay, the only problem right now is I want to do, like, in the meantime, I wanted to play, like, we could run Marvel Rivals or something. But the only issue I have right now is I feel like it's going to crash all my programs. Like, there's not enough disk space. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm running stream right now. And I have the game downloading. So if I run another game, I feel like, you know, it's not going to be fun. So I got to figure out something to do. So in the meanwhile, how about we do this? I will be right back. We're going to take a little bit of a break because I'm downloading Woo-Wah. I'm going to try something new where I'm going to end stream right now just because I don't want you guys waiting. And what I'll do to like freshen up so we can take a break, I'll just start streaming again just to test the powers of the notifications, like the live notifications. So maybe in like 30 minutes. And by then, I think Woo-Wah shall be ready to roll. I'll start stream again, and then we'll come back. So it's like we're putting a pin on it. And then in the meanwhile, I'll get everything set up on my end to make sure we have like a successful stream. I feel like that's a good way of going about it, because like this is so annoying. Why are you taking so long, Woo-Wah? Why? Ugh. It's bad. I want to play this game and it's taking forever. So, yeah, we're going to end stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you in 30 minutes if you can afford the time. If not, I will see you guys next stream at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for sticking around with the anime talks. And, like, of course, the bits breakdown and channel points. And just let me know. We'll be back. We'll be back. I promise. Like, you'll get the notification. All right. Later, everyone. I'll see you in a little bit.